Hello, everyone. This is Daniel Riley for Sports Talk on Power Talk Internet Radio. I wanted to talk sports this week, but current events have left me no choice but to do otherwise. The barbaric actions of the man who shot up Las Vegas cannot be explained. Disgusting, evil, and sick are words that don't do this behavior justice. It's a wake-up call. We cannot count on mere anti-gun laws to stop problems like this. The fact is, there are some people so demented they cannot be trusted with a firearm. Period. The monster who shot up Las Vegas is a prime example. This is why we must require psychological testing for potential gun owners. It might lead to some sort of controversy, but you know what? I really don't care at this point. At no point did anyone dream what happened in Las Vegas was even possible. And that's the failure of imagination the 9/11 Commission report referred to, in a failure to stop that tragedy. Once again, a failure to think the unthinkable has led to a terrible disaster. Law enforcement, FEMA, the military, and positions of government are businesses where thinking worst-case scenario are required. The past decade and a half, however, that has either been shelved or lost. It's inexcusable. The 21st century has been full of enough disasters and shootings to the point where what's the worst that could happen is required of EMS and city councils to ask themselves, along with the security business, at least more than ever before. How can these people fail to do this in an age where too many of us don't even feel safe going to school or work? It's unconscionable. Those of us living in apartments are required to know emergency protocol in case our complex goes up in flames. Students in schools all over the planet practice tornado, cyclone, and fire drills because everyone in that building knows it's possible. It's not cynicism, it's being prepared. And too often, people, like governments, are unprepared for when a disaster strikes. Yes, governments have to take the blame, but not as much as the attackers do. Still, my listeners in, say, California know there's a possibility a megaquake could hit. And city councils in that state don't take that threat seriously enough. My listeners in the Gulf Coast have seen too many disasters to count, and I'm still afraid their city councils aren't doing enough. Forget building new stadiums. Cities like Las Vegas need to put more money into disaster prevention because of what happened this past weekend in Vegas. It's tough enough going through the typical drama of daily life as it is. The last thing we need is actual deaths and property damage. EMS, governments, and FEMA need to realize content like the stuff in mega disasters aren't just scripted entertainment. They're too possible to ignore. Is it really surprising we're caught off guard every time? Throughout history, disasters hit because the people in charge thought that couldn't happen here. Nobody thought 9/11 or Pearl Harbor was possible. No one thought innocent children could get killed at school, even though tragedies like Columbine date back all the way to the 1800s, early 1900s. Failing to consider the unthinkable is simply costing people their lives, and far too often. And it's giving people, like the Las Vegas shooter, a chance to kill innocent people. No, this isn't paranoia. It's called responsibility. Governments don't have doomsday plans in place for no good reason. We have security guards in shopping malls and schools for a reason. It's because we live in a world that demands it nowadays. So many tragedies and disasters have hit in 2017 alone that it's amazing to me nobody dreams it possible. True, some measures the federal government of the United States have taken failed miserably, but that's no excuse not to try. No. Big cities like Las Vegas are prime target for people like the man who shot up that city for a reason. A big population and a big tourism industry. Taking action now reduces the chance of that happening later. Look, the odds of getting killed in a shooting or terrorist attack are remote. That doesn't mean no action is required. People are getting sick and tired of them and don't even feel safe leaving their homes sometimes. If the U.S. was a paranoid place before, or for that matter the world, just imagine how much worse things will get now. Yes, the tourism industry will take a hit. More people make the mistake of giving up their right to privacy. And least importantly, Vegas has suffered a PR hit it won't recover from for a very long time. The important thing is the innocent people who were murdered in Vegas should have been protected. And they weren't. Enough is enough. It's time to check the mental health of potential gun owners. Doing anything less is asking for another monster to shoot up a city in the future. This is Daniel Riley for Sports Talk on Power Talk Internet Radio. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I hope you all tune in next week.